I'm going to use an example. Let's say sharks. If someone said to you, like, be careful going into the water over there, there's sharks and sharks are dangerous. You wouldn't say, not all sharks, even though you know some sharks are completely harmless. The basking shark, who has absolutely no teeth, just eats plankton. That's my kind of shark. The reason is that we know that there are sharks that are dangerous. And when I'm out in the water, I'm not going to be like, putting on my marine biologist cap and going, what shark is that? Is that the basking or is that the great white? I'm just going to get out of the water. It's the same when we talk about men or white people or Christians. We know that a lot of harm comes from those groups of people. They're not oppressed for being strictly a man or strictly white, hold a lot of power. So it's a bit redundant when you say something like cis white straight men are the number one perpetrators of child abuse. Well, not all men. Yeah, we know that. We don't have to say that. We know that. But because cis straight white men hold the most power, they're also part of the system. That's the system we're talking about that could stop that the easiest. So what I want to say is that when we're doing this work, this internal work to dismantle systems and fix the problems of society, the best thing that I've learned and I try to do is remove myself from the situation to see it as a whole instead of making it personal about me every time I read something. So when I read, and I will admit I'm non-binary, but I have a lot of male privilege. So when I read, men do this or white people do this, I don't see it as like, not me. I'm a basking shark. I have no teeth. I go, okay, they're not specifically talking about me, right? So I'm not going to take it personally, which is a great place to start. That's where we start. And then we can come in to how do I fit into this? Where do I fit into this? Because I do fit into that somewhere. And the fact that I haven't done enough to fix the problem is where I fit in. I'm not causing the problem, but I'm also not doing my very best to fix that problem. So how can I change what I'm doing? I hope that makes sense for everyone. Just don't take it personal. We don't have to comment on everything. Not everything is for us, and we don't have to comment. We can just take things in as information to help us grow. This is such an amazing comment that highlights what I was trying to say. So this person is saying that if I was walking behind them late at night on a dark street and I was presenting like this, they would treat me as a threat. And I take absolutely no offense to it whatsoever. Even though I know I'm harmless, this person doesn't know that. They are viewing me as male presenting, and in general, men are a threat to them. So why would I take that personal? I wouldn't. Like, I'm not going to stop them on the street and go, don't be afraid of little old me. I'm a happy, safe queer. No, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to recognize that I might be a threat to this person, not take it personal, and then change my behavior based on that. So I might cross over to the other side of the street or make sure there's a big distance between us. I might wait a little longer so that they can create that distance between us. But I'm not going to be upset that this person thinks I'm a threat, because how could they think that I personally am a threat? They don't know me. The threat to them is the statistics and the system we live under. And I'm part of that, right? When I do get the comment, not all men, my immediate response is, okay, which ones? Which ones are the safe ones? How do we know? And that's how you know. That's how you know. And that's how you prove yourself. You got to prove it. You prove it by crossing the street. You prove it by speaking up. And you prove it over and over again until this isn't an issue anymore. Okay, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.